These stories were later weaved into a meaningful story in Babylonian times. Learn more by going through this quick, comprehensive guide. She hands him two unknown things, a miku and a piku, both of which he loses. Enkidu's shade notifies Gilgamesh of the horrible conditions in the underworld after Enkidu's death. Gilgamesh and Aga is a poem about Gilgamesh's uprising against his Kish master Aga. Gilgamesh's defeat of the huge Huwawa and the Bull of Paradise is stated in other Sumerian poems, while his death and funeral service are stated in a fifth, badly endured poem. Based upon much older source material, the basic Akkadian Epic of Gilgamesh was penned by a scribe called Sin-Ikil-Unini, more than likely throughout the Middle Babylonian period, from 1600 to circa 1155 BC. Gilgamesh is a divine being with significant strength who befriends the wild man Enkidu in the epic. They go on many experiences together, the most well-known of which is when they fight Humbaba, Sumerian Huwawa, and the Bull of Paradise, who are sent out to assault them by Ishtar, Sumerian Inanna, after Gilgamesh declines her invitation to be her accompaniment. Gilgamesh feels afraid of death after Enkidu passes away of a disease given by the gods as a penalty, and seeks immortality from the sage Utnapishtim, an excellent flood survivor. Gilgamesh continually fails the tests he's executed, and goes back to Uruk, comprehending that immortality is past him. The Epic of Gilgamesh, according to most classical historians, had a considerable impact on the Iliad and the Odyssey, two epic poems written in age-old Greek throughout the 8th century BC. The story of Gilgamesh's birth is told in an anecdote from Elian's book on the nature of animals, 2nd century AD. According to Elian, Gilgamesh's grandfather safeguarded his mother to stop her from conceiving, just because an oracle forecasted that his grandson would defeat him. The guards tossed the child off a tower after she conceived, but an eagle caught him in mid-flight and provided him securely to an orchard, where the garden enthusiast raised him. In 1849, the Gilgamesh legendary was uncovered in Ashurbanipal's library. It triggered great argument when it was first translated in the early 1870s because of resemblances between parts of it and the Hebrew Bible. Gilgamesh was mainly unidentified till the mid-20th century, but he has become a more prominent character in contemporary society since the late 20th century. Gilgamesh was a historic king of the Sumerian city-state of Uruk, who ruled at some point throughout the Early Dynastic Period, from 2900 to 2350 BC, according to most historians. According to Stephanie Daly, an old Near Eastern academic, specific dates can't be provided for Gilgamesh's life, but they're normally acknowledged to lie between 2800 and 2500 BC. In the antiquated works of Ur, an engraving, most likely coming from a modern authority under Gilgamesh, was found. His name reads, "Gilgame is the one whom Utu has designated." Aside from that, he's discussed in the Tumal engraving, a 34-line historiographic engraving made up throughout the rule of Ishbi-Era, from 1953 to circa 1920 BC. The engraving associates the building of Uruk's strongholds to Gilgamesh. The engraving's 11th through 15th lines read, "When the Tumal fell straight in to destroy for the second time, Gilgamesh built the Numenbura of your house of Enlil. Urlugal, Gilgamesh's child, raised the Tumal and brought Ninlil to the Tumal." Gilgamesh is also connected to King Enmabara Gesi of Kish, a historic character who lived around the exact same time as Gilgamesh. In addition, the Sumerian king list notes him as one of Uruk's kings. According to pieces of an impressive story found in Me-Turan, now Tel Hadad, Gilgamesh was buried underneath the riverbed at the conclusion of his life. The people of Uruk diverted the Euphrates River as it traveled through Uruk so as to bury the dead king in the riverbed.